When teachers adopt explicit teaching practices, they clearly show students what to do and how to do it. Technology integration in early childhood education is, in fact, ICT capability, and being largely practical, using explicit teaching practices makes perfect sense. The transparent use of technology is essential in both processes. And so in this section, I will show you how to teach ICT capability in your early learning environment today. Just as with any other key learning area, and because ICT capability is mostly practical, you need to show students what to do and how to do them. The first step will be to plan and seek to develop all components of ICT capability. As ICT capability is constituted of 5 key components, you need to use different strategies for each of these. Starting with routines, if you have children who are slower to learn routines, they will probably make slower progress in the curriculum. As a result, you will need to continually help them with basic operations such as selecting items and undoing mistakes. If they do not meet these important ICT techniques sufficiently, focused practice tasks may be necessary. ICT techniques are the explicit, deliberate manifestations of ICT capability. It is important that children associate the actions involved in an ICT technique with the effect it achieves. So you can have a name for the ICT technique and/or its effect. Examples you might know include copy and paste, minimize a window, undo or find and replace. The name should be seen as a means of communicating and thinking about the action and its effect, not as something extra to learn. By making ICT techniques explicit, you will support concept development and make it far easier for children to transfer the ICT techniques to new situations. When you are introducing unfamiliar software, this will require the learning of new ICT techniques. And this is all underpinned by previously learned ICT skills and routines. When monitoring and intervening, you will need to give those children who need help only the minimum amount of support. This support will need to be withdrawn as soon as possible. Remember that it is not whether a child knows how to use an ICT technique. It is whether they know that they know an ICT technique and thus are able to decide whether to use it, whether it is appropriate for the use of a solution to a problem or task. With processes, whenever possible, you will need to discuss what it is they are doing at the process level. Don't just identify the next ICT technique. You could draw on relevant images and analogies where it is helpful so that children can gain an understanding or a feeling for the whole process itself. When it comes to higher order thinking skills, you will need to manage the planning, monitoring, and evaluation of children's work and involve them in the process through whole class teaching. Eventually, children should be able to take over some of the thinking about their work and about their learning. You can promote this by using strategic and evaluative questions, in addition to encouraging children in groups to ask these questions of each other, and then expecting individuals to ask these questions of themselves. Behind every ICT skill and technique is a concept, an idea as to how and why it may be used, and it is essential that young children do understand this. It forms a part of their foundation for ICT capability, so you need to focus on the concepts behind the skills. Through whole class teaching, you can discuss examples and non-examples of a concept, both with and without ICT, to highlight the important features of the concept. For example, a poster is not a message, as it is not communicated to a particular person. In my full implementation course, I show a table that will provide you with further suggestions, which can be used as the basis of questioning and activities away from the computer. However, you need to challenge naive ideas about handling ICT tools and techniques, both in whole class teaching where appropriate and when monitoring the progress of individuals. Reflection is a vital element in the development of conceptual understanding. You can have a reflective write-up activity to focus children's thinking on the principles they have met. As I stated earlier, the explicit teaching of ICT techniques will support the development of concepts and will make it possible to transfer those ICT techniques across contexts. Concepts are developed through verbalization of ICT techniques. ICT experiences that are carefully structured by you will engage the learner explicitly with examples and non-examples of the concept. It is important that the child must find and overcome difficulties for learning to occur. In my full online PD, I discuss further explicit teaching strategies when integrating ICT in early childhood education. If you like this video and would like to know more, please come and visit my ICT in Education Teacher Academy, where there are over 30 different ways for you to learn successfully and effectively how you can integrate ICT into your learning environment today. Become a member for just $37 US per month and get 1 month free trial. That's right, 1 month free trial to jump in, have a look around and see what you can learn. So apply these high impact teaching strategies today and learn to successfully integrate technology in early childhood education now.